Good morning. Welcome to the Native News Today. Gerald Wofford with Jason Salzman. As always, we appreciate you joining us this morning as we roll on with the Native News Today. All new stories out there, great positive news stories, Native Americans affecting Oklahoma and the United States.
All kinds of stuff going on this week, Gerald, much like in the weeks past. And we talked a little bit about it last week, but we got some Native Americans doing great things. And one of them is Jenna Plumley, just named this week as the Big 12 Rookie of the Week. So our congratulations go out to Jenna there for the Oklahoma Sooners, doing a wonderful job still. But got lots of great news stories going on this week. We have Tallahassee celebrating their 100 years in existence. Tallahassee Indian Methodist Church out here just a little bit north of Altmauge. So got that one coming up, Gerald, and a lot more great things too.
That's right. Here at the Native News Today, we cover all aspects of Native American Indian culture, you know, whether that be traditional, religion and everything. And like you said, Tallahassee celebrating its 100th anniversary, so we say congratulations and happy birthday to them out there in Tallahassee. Also, too, before long, it's going to be June, and the Creek Nation Festival will be here, and the Creek Nation Princess Pageant, always a staple of the festival. We talked with former Miss Muskogee Creek Nation Senior Miss Pearl Thomas, and they're already taking applications for the festival this year.
Absolutely, yeah. Pearl Thomas, the very first Senior Miss of the Muskogee Creek Nation, and one of the ladies that we hold in high regard around here. And Pearl has some great news to pass along to us about this year's 2007 pageant. A lot of great opportunities for those young ladies awaiting that pageant, their scholarships, opportunities to make friends, and just grow as a person, really. So it's a wonderful thing that happens every year, and a part of a great event with the Muskogee Creek Nation Festival.
You know, we said we cover the cultural side too. We also cover successful businesses out there, Native American-owned businesses. And you and Jared Moore went out to visit Southwest Litho in Tulsa.
Absolutely, right there in Tulsa. It's a printing company, and they do all kinds of, it's a full-service printer, so they do all kinds of your printing needs, whether it be business cards, everything from business cards to calendars. And they've done things for the tribes in Oklahoma, as well as non-Indian businesses and organizations like that too. So a member of the AICCO, the American Indian Chamber of Commerce here in Oklahoma, which is just chock full of wonderful Native American businesses that are successful and doing great things here in the state. And Southwest Litho there in Tulsa is just another one of them.
You know, and another pleasurable project that we got to cover last week was the Darrell Starbird Custom Rod and Auto Show in Tulsa. And two Native American classic muscle car makers were out there. That's Jim Romo and George Chandler. We got to catch up with them. And George Chandler has a special Native American muscle car. It's a Mustang. You really want to check this out. We'll show you this here in just a little bit.
War Pony, isn't it?
The War Pony, yeah, that is right. And also, too, the art festival wound up over a week ago, but wanted to kind of recap that, right?
A couple weekends ago, the Tulsa Indian Arts Festival, and it's one of the bigger events in the city of Tulsa throughout the year. So do not want to forget to mention that and get a little piece on that. So we were there. We visited the place over at the Expo Square Pavilion, and just had a great time looking at all the art and visiting with some of the artists. And it was really a great day. So a lot of things coming up on this issue.
That's right, a blockbuster program. Native News Today as we roll on. Take a break here and we'll be right back with those stories.
It's here. It's hot. And it's only at Creek Nation Casino in Muskogee, the ultimate treasure hunt, and it's going on now through April 1st. A Suzuki Boulevard motorcycle, Chevy Silverado truck, and $20,000 in cash prizes are up for grabs, and 20 lucky winners will find their own pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's all happening right off Highway 69 in Muskogee.
Creek Nation Casino, where OK comes to play.
You know, Jason, as we mentioned, it's always special when a Native American church will mark special days, anniversaries in the life of that church. And one church recently in the Muskogee Creek area celebrated their 100th anniversary.
Yeah, that's amazing in this day and age to be able to say we've been around 100 years and been going strong, and that's exactly how it is at a Tallahassee Indian Methodist Church. And this last weekend out there at the church grounds, they were honoring the late Togo Berryhill, who is the late father of our very own second chief, Alfred Berryhill. So a big time deal out there, celebrating 100 years for that church. A lot of people out, and it was a great event. We were able to document that.
Okay, today marks the 100th anniversary of our church here at Tallahassee, and also memorial service for my father, Togo Berryhill. And I just want to say that there's going to be quite a few people still coming. We have a few this morning, and our pastor is preaching right now. But as you can, those of you who don't know Tallahassee, this is the new church to me, and the old church was right about where the cameraman is standing. And then there were camp houses over here, over there, there. And they had one past the cemetery across the creek. That was a little community, like most of the people live in their camp houses. And they're all gone. No more camp houses. We have a fellowship hall and a sanctuary. And right now, as you can tell, we have a tent. And our sanctuary is going to be too small for the crowd we're expecting. So we're going to build a bigger sanctuary right where I'm standing and wider to accommodate some of the things that we want to do throughout the year in the name of our Lord and whatever we can do. So it just gives me great honor. I'm just glad to see all the people turn out today for this celebration.
You know, Jason, as we mentioned, happy birthday to Tallahassee Church there celebrating the 100th anniversary, and we mentioned Alfred Berryhill, of course, the second chief of the Muskogee Creek Nation. Usually at a lot of these events and everything, you can hear him bellowing out those traditional Muskogee Creek hymns, so that's always a good part of the overall experience, you could say.
Yeah, we know if we see Alfred somewhere, we're going to be able to hear some great Creek hymns and everything like that, so it's always great to hear that. But
and usually good food follows after that.
Oh, absolutely. That's just one of the great traditions. And I'll tell you what, another one of the great traditions of the Creek Nation is the Miss and Senior Miss and Little Miss competition scholarship pageant that go on every year at the Creek Festival. And what a great way for these young ladies and these elder ladies to be a part of something so prideful that they can showcase their tribe and really carry the banner for their tribe and be, you know, hold this title of Senior Miss or Little Miss or Miss Muskogee, and it's a great opportunity for them to make friends, to mingle with people, to learn more about their culture, and really be a part of something that's a lot bigger than themselves and will carry on throughout the years. So we were able to talk to one such woman who had the first honor of being Senior Miss Muskogee, and that is Miss Pearl Thomas.
That's right. A bit of royalty visited us here at the studios of Native News today. And Jason, we talk about this pageant. It is such a staple of the Creek Nation Festival that's going to be happening in June. And of course, as that date approaches, we'll give you all the details, all the things that are happening with that. It's a fun time. And even right now, we encourage everyone out there, if you've never gone to this festival, never attended a princess pageant, you need to mark those on your calendars, and we'll let you know that it's going to be happening in June here. But as Jason mentioned, we talked with royalty here, Miss Pearl Thomas, who was the first recipient of the Miss Muskogee Creek Nation Senior Princess Pageant, and is encouraging ladies out there that are members of the Creek Nation to take part and enter this prestigious pageant. We are in the house this morning with royalty. I'm speaking with none other than Miss Pearl Thomas, who was a senior Miss Muskogee Creek Nation, and she is here to tell all the information about this year's upcoming Senior Miss Muskogee Creek Nation. Pearl, we always appreciate your time. It's always a pleasure to talk with you, and of course this event here is something that's near and dear to your heart, and we're showing off the crown that Pearl had won. And tell us the year and everything when you were Senior Miss Muskogee Creek Nation.
Well, it's good to be here, Gerald. Thank you for inviting me. And yes, I was the first Senior Miss Muskogee Creek Nation in the year 2001. And it wasn't until last year that I did receive my beaded crown after all of these years. And but it was such a thrill. And it's an honor for me to serve my Creek people as the Senior Miss.
Now you serve on the committee to help create this year's pageant, right?
Yes, I have been for the last 5 years. I've been on that committee, and I've had the honor of also being the coordinator of that particular event.
So what we want to do today is let the folks out there know that, hey, this festival, this pageant is going to be quickly upon us, and we are looking for people to enter this prestigious pageant.
We are, and we want every age group from the ages of 4 years old, clear up to 55 and older. And we have applications. They're out there ready right now, and you can get online and under Muskogee Creek Nation, their website, under Muskogee Nation forums, or you can call Mona Coco Lowe at 732-7649. And she has the applications for these different age groups. And we're looking for all ages.
All right, we certainly want to thank Pearl for that interview and thank her for her time coming by. And want to remind all the ladies out there or elder ladies that if they are getting ready and want to be a part of this great event, your deadline for your applications is May 2nd. So you got to get that in. And if you need more information on that, visit the Creek Nation website and you can get everything you need right there. So we're going to go away from that for a minute. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to don't go anywhere. We're going to come right back with more great stories right here on Native News Today.
Today's world is far different than the one our ancestors knew. But though times have changed, we the Muskogee Creek people remain a strong people. Many of our traditions continue to thrive in today's modern world. For 1,000 years and more we have been here, and we will be here for 1,000 more. Times have changed, but so have we, and the Muskogee Creek people are a part of this time, this country, and this economy. You know, Jason, as we mentioned earlier, there's so many great things happening out there in the Native American world. And, you know, earlier the news segment about Tallahassee, we touched on the religious side and great things happening there, 100th anniversary for the church. Successful Native American businesses are flourishing all over. And we really like to spotlight those. And you and Jared Moore took out a camera earlier this week, went out with Tulsa, Oklahoma, Southwest Litho, the printing company. Those guys are gurus out there, aren't they?
Absolutely. The only Native American full-service printer in this state, and they're located right in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and a very proud member of the American Indian Chamber of Commerce of Oklahoma. We love to go to the meetings and see all of these great Indian businesses that are so successful and do such a wonderful job. And the first time I saw some of their work, I was actually up at the expo, up at the AICCO back a few months ago, and saw some of their work and saw some of the guys that represent that place. Very, very impressed with not only those gentlemen, but impressed with the work that they did. So we were able to go up and see what it was all about at Southwest Litho. We are here in the print room of Oklahoma's only Native American full-service printer, Southwest Litho, and very glad to be joined by Billy Cooper here. And Billy, we got a fully functional print shop here, and one that you're very proud of.
Yes, I am. We are the only full-service Native American printer. We are fully Native American, and there's not many shops that do what we do. We do everything from letterheads on down to promotional items. We do a lot of things, and we have a lot of new projects coming up. We're trying to pride ourselves on the turnaround times so that any customer that calls, we can turn a job in 3 to 5 days.
Now, Billy, you talked about the new projects you have coming up. Talk about some of the current ones you have. Like just a while ago, we have some shots of the current project here on your press is a project for Sequoia Schools. I know you teamed up with them teamed up with the Cherokee Nation. Talk about some of those projects and some of the ones in the future.
Oh, we've done their promotional for their brand new gym the facility they just opened. We did a prayer book and a program guide for them, and also we've done other like right now there's a calendar that's being put together that's a word of the day to help them forward their language throughout their people that don't know the language, and it's a good project we're associated with, and it forwards the language, and we're hoping to pull more tribes into doing a language type thing to inhibit their language all over.
Look at you said you want to work with some other tribes. And right now, currently, you are doing the Muskogee Creek Nation calendar. Know you're proud to be doing that and teaming up with the Creek Nation. And it's just sort of an image-building campaign that you guys have that, hey, we're a Native American printer. We want to do things for Native American tribes. Is that kind of how you see it?
Yes, that's exactly it. Predominantly, I'd say 98% of our work are for the tribes. We've done other tribes as well. The Osage is one. That's primarily northeastern Oklahoma, and we want to add on as many tribes as we could possibly get. Like I said, we are the only Native American printer in the state of Oklahoma.
You look at that and some of the calendars, prayer books, things like that, specifically for the tribes, but Indian organizations as well. And For Love of the Game, one of the top organizations in this state getting the word out about Native American athletes, has decided to go a magazine with a all-new magazine, and you all are printing that out too and have the proofs ready and to show Lucas and the guys, and I know they're very excited about it, and you must be too being a part of that project as well.
Yes, definitely. I was a high school athlete, so I'd love to have been able to read about myself more, being a Native American. So this will be a good thing, and it'll be a good way to spotlight the Indian people with this magazine. And I think with the project we're coming out with, it's going to look really good, and people are going to want to have it.
You look back behind us, this press here, fully functional, and when we walked in, this thing was going and putting them out. You guys have this running just about all day, right?
Yeah, right now we're in a mode of 6 to 7 days a week, 8 to 12 hours a day, and we want to keep it that way. Right now we're really busy with a lot of work, and we want to maintain that so that we continue to grow and expand our shop and hire more Native Americans and train them in this field that want to come on. And it'll be a good thing for people to come on, and we will look strictly Native American for them.
Absolutely. You look at this business here, it's so good to see Native American businesses coming to the forefront, and this one's certainly keeping that reputation intact. Now, there's going to be a lot of people out there, hey, I need to get some printing done. I need something done from Southwest Litho. We want to keep it Native American. How can they get a hold of you all? I know you have a new website you want to tell us about.
Yeah, we have a website. Type in southwestlitho.com on your server, and just pull us up, and our website's there. It's not all the way operational, but if you have a job to print, just go to the quote page and type in what you need and what you need done, and we will get emailed, and we will email you back within at least 24 hours of your statement and see if we can do some printing for you guys.
All right, again, congratulations to Southwest Litho, a very prosperous printing company, and we got to just toss this in here because we're OU alum here. You know, they've also done the Sooner Illustrated before, printed out those magazines. So I know a lot of you folks out there know about Sooners Illustrated. That's Southwest Litho doing that project.
We certainly know about it. I know I read it a time or two. I mean, I've probably opened it up once or twice, maybe.
Well, another project here, one of the new segments that we're covering next, was just a labor of pleasure for me because I got to go out and see the tough muscle cars out there at the Darryl Starbird Custom Rod and Auto Show out there at the fairgrounds. Two Native American car designers. I won't call them artists, but they are artists. That's Jim Romo and George Chandler.
Is that Tony's cousin?
It might be Tony's cousin, or it might be, yeah, something like that. But hey, man, these guys are true artists. I mean, they've taken a Mustang and a Chevy pickup, and they've just created that, especially with George, I want to say, because he put a Native American theme to that. So I think you're going to find this segment really interesting with car designs and putting the muscle car with the Native American flair with that. So let's go out to that car show right now.
All right, I'm Jim Romo, and I'm from Oklahoma City. I got an 87 Chevy pickup, and I built it 15 years ago. I go to a lot of car shows. I enjoy the show, showing it, and meet a lot of other people, and I have fun driving the truck. It is a daily driver, and I go to 3 different states to different car shows, and I just like old cars because I've been in it so long, and I have a shop that I build cars for people, and I meet a lot of new friends that come from all over the state and everything. So I really enjoy it, and I'm proud to be here.
How many years did it take you to build this?
It's been about 7 years to build this truck right here. Yeah, I've done everything to it. I do all the mechanic work on it, everything but the paint, and I do interior work, all the custom stuff I built myself, hand built by me. I do the powder coating and stuff.
Won any awards in places?
Oh, probably 500 awards that I won at different places. I won money with it at different places, and like I say, it's just a good thing to get into if you enjoy a hobby. You know, it's what it is. It's all it's about.
Well, my name is George Chandler. I'm from Claremore, Oklahoma here. Basically, my car is an 86 Mustang, and it is the Native American theme.
Why did you choose Ford Mustang?
You know, a lot of people ask me that because I've been a Chevy guy all my life. I just happened to see this going down the road, had the weeds growing out of it, and kind of looked at it and said to myself, you know what, this thing has potential. So I just did what I did, and here it is. I call it my pony. It's my iron horse.
Have you had any Indian people come by and just, I mean, that just catches them and everything and say something about it and say, hey, man, that really looks cool?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, you know, through this car, I made a lot of many friends as far as Native Americans. For one, I've had many come up to me and say, you know what, it's really nice to see one of ours, our own, to represent and really to show that we're still out there and that we can do this. And as you said, you know, that we are artistic, things like that. And, you know, that makes me feel good. But at the same time, I know that I'm also doing something out there for the rest of us.
You ever take this out for a cruise?
All the time. Actually, my wife drives it more than I do.
Oh, really? Okay. So we're going to see this in Claremore, Oklahoma sometime, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, Gerald, I never thought I'd see 2 Indian cars at a car show like that. Mostly when you think Indian car, you think maybe it might not be able to get to the car show. So good to see them out and everybody having a good time. But we'll catch up with those guys next time they come through town. But right now we got a quick break we got to get, and then we'll come back and wrap everything up right here on the Native News Today.
Here at the College of the Muskogee Nation, we pride ourselves on emphasizing Native culture, values, language, and self-determination while providing a positive learning environment for tribal and non-tribal students. We encourage our students to be lifelong learners and to strive for personal growth, professional advancement, and intellectual advancement. Muskogee Nation College, academic achievement, Native values.
Smali, tasa ako chusi nili ang ginaistun sanga.
Pangana tiibe hayat kaus.
Nage, kada magas.
Pangana hayat kidoang noge.
Fanny molo jo subananga. Tu morsati.
Isla hani subani doang.
What? Hiji mokhetsari chin hisakta das tumidanga.
Hiji mokkese di wekki diga, hisagida da hisiga, ampane hayat kidoang.
The Muskogee Creek Nation Tobacco Prevention Program offers all cessation classes to young and old. For more information about a healthier life and a second wind, contact one of these centers nearest you.
Hijida, Hilishwo Fatsa, CNA the doors, Moes.
Well, hiji mokkeskera mokkes noar stinokesis, still easy dois.
You know, this segment of the Native News Today we are dedicating to art. We've covered religion, we've covered successful businesses. Well, you know, it wouldn't be a Native American show without covering the art. And a very prestigious event happened in Tulsa a couple weeks ago, and you and Jared Moore covered that event.
Absolutely, the 21st annual Tulsa Indian Arts Festival, just a great festival. If you talk to the artists around there, Dana Tiger, who was the featured artist in '89, just to be specific, Dana, that show really got her started as an artist, as she says in the piece here. And it's something that these artists look forward to because it's one of the top shows, not only in the city of Tulsa or the state of Oklahoma, but the entire nation as well. And just around this time of year, every year, those artists out in Santa Fe and California, New York, they're looking forward to coming to Tulsa because they know the kind of pieces of art that there will be on display out at the Expo Pavilion and some of the artists. And it's really a marketplace of ideas where they can talk to other people, get other ideas, see what other artists are doing, and it's a great place to be, and as evident by this video.
Art was the focus this past weekend at the Tulsa Expo Square Pavilion as the 21st annual Tulsa Indian Arts Festival was underway amid much fanfare. Lots of Native American art and jewelry on display, and many artists from around the nation come to this annual event to see all the great artwork and get new ideas from fellow artists. Muskogee Creek painter Dana Tiger, who was a featured artist in '89, talked about how this festival made her a name.
This show really established me as an artist, and it was my first big break in the art world when they made me featured artist. It's like I came out and sold all my work, and then my paintings sold for an astronomical sum, the one that was donated, you know, that featured painting. So it was a good start, and I'll always think of this as a beginning for me in the art world.
We've done this show for like 19 years now, and we do nothing but authentic Hopi kachinas, and of course they're all carved from the root of a cottonwood tree, and each one has specific meanings. And we've got several serious collectors here in Tulsa that come and visit us when we're at the show, but we do custom orders, and we do this show, and I do one in Albany, New York, and we've thoroughly enjoyed it with all of the other natives that are here in Tulsa area artists, and we're hopeful that we'll be back next year. So.
Well, Jason, that about wraps up another star-studded edition of the Native News Today. Our thanks for everyone that made this Native News Today program today so successful. I mean, Tallahassee with their 100th anniversary, Pearl Thomas giving us information about the Miss Senior Miss, Billy Cooper with Southwest Litho, the car makers Jim Romo and George Chandler, and Curtis Zuniga even helping us out with that art festival.
Absolutely, man. Curtis was a good point man on that, and was able to let us come up there. And also so many people to think around here. You know, our crew that works really hard to get these things out and these stories. You know, we're going every week just trying to get everything compiled for a weekly show, and you don't see it all behind the scenes, but there's a lot of hard work done here, and I want to thank all our guys in our crew, producers Josh Lane and Jared Moore, and you know, the Creek Nation Communications Department that makes this possible, and of course our home at Cox Communications. And want to thank our viewers too. I don't want to leave anybody out. I kind of feel like I'm up at the podium for the Oscars, you know. I got to pull out the piece of paper and make sure.
Yeah, we might hear the music start to play here in just a minute.
Yeah, wrap it up box. So somebody's going to hit the wrap it up music on me here in a minute. No, but there's so many people to thank, and you know, we usually have so many things to get in the show that we don't have time to thank those people that make it all come together. But it really is a great production, a weekly production, and if anybody out there knows putting together a weekly show, there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, we usually just don't stand here and just put our mics on and take off here. It takes a little bit of work, you know, maybe a little bit of lighting, you know, maybe a little bit of covering here or there, and you know, and just getting everything proper and everything. So, you know, just like any program, you know, that's worth watching, we here at the Native News Today like to make sure we do it right here. And you know, Jason, now that we have expanded coverage all over the state, we want to continue to cover all those great Native American stories out there. You've seen here on Today, positive things are happening out there in Native country, and you know, we just want them to contact us and tell us, hey, tell us about those stories.
Absolutely. We got all kinds of ways you can get a hold of us, and the first way is you can reach us by telephone at 918-732-7638, or you can reach us at our fax number at 918-758-0824, or of course the email address here, Jason Salzman. Mine is jsalzman@muscogination-nsn.gov, or Gerald Wofford, Wofford at muscogination-nsn.gov, and that is all the contact information. And if you're sitting out there in Oklahoma City and your name is Mike Salzman and you don't get a hold of us, if you know about some Indian news, I'm coming after you, buddy. I'm coming after you.
Jason, I think there's another way that they can contact us too, by smoke signals.
Yes.
You know, it's
get a
pop,
fire
pop.
built, put a blanket up in there.
Puff, puff.
Pass.
Pass.
No, I'm just kidding.
And then, you know, it goes out like that. So that's the smoke signal that you can reach us at. Or, you know what, you can do it the old-fashioned way. Just come knock at the door, come in, shake hands with us, you know, invite us to lunch or something.
Welcoming,
and then,
you know, we don't mind a little pat on the back or shake of the hand every now and again.
Well, hey, we like meeting people and visiting, and we know everyone that we come in contact with has had great stories and everything. We really appreciate everyone that has contacted us about, hey, you need to cover these stories and everything here, because that's what we plan on doing. So we're going to wrap up our program here, and as always, we thank you for joining us. In the meantime, Jason Salzman, Gerald Wofford, our producer Josh Slane, and Jared Moore. In the meantime, take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.